Hello everyone, so in this video I will explain DDL trigger. SQL Server DDL trigger respond to server or database event rather than to table data modification. This event created by T-SQL statement that normally start with one of the following keywords: create, alter, drop, grant, deny, revoke or update statistics. And DDL trigger are useful in following case: when some changes happen in database schema or prevent some specific change to database schema, respond to change in database schema. So this is the syntax: create trigger name on, like either we want to create on database or server, okay, with DDL trigger option for like which kind of event, then SQL statement. Okay, we will see example. So before example, let's discuss some more point. When we create a database trigger, what happen? Trigger respond to database scoped event, and when we create a trigger on entire server, then trigger respond to the server scope event. The DDL trigger option specify encryption or execute as clause. Inscription means encrypt the definition of trigger, like we cannot see the definition of trigger after creating it, and then execute as define the security context under which the trigger is executed. And other is event type. So event, this is the event type. Event type indicate as DDL event that cause the trigger to fire, like when the trigger will fire, when we create something on database or server, when we make some change, like when we do alter. Okay, the event group is group of event types such as DDL events. So either we can create some particular event, or we can give like we may want to make a trigger for group of events. So it depends upon our requirement. Now let's see how to create example, how to create a trigger with simple example. So first I am going to create a log table. Okay, so whenever something happen, what will happen? Whenever we do create something, that data should be stored in log table. Let's create table log. So this table is already there, then let's drop the table, drop table name. So I drop the table. Now let's create the table is created. Now let's create a trigger and let's see how the log data gets reflect. Okay, so I am creating trigger name on database for create index, alter index, drop index. So if in the database, if we create index, alter index or drop index, then this trigger will execute, and what it will do, it will just insert that data into log table. Okay, so let's see. I am going to create a non-cluster index on this table I created. Now after creation, sorry, I think, like 1 minute, this trigger already execute. Then let me drop the trigger, drop trigger name. So I just cannot drop the trigger because it does not exist or you do not have permission, so it's okay. Then let's create this. Maybe I have no permission for this database. Hold on, let me check this. So there was some internal error, so I had permission issue, I changed it. Now let's see. I'm recreating a trigger. This is already, so let me change this one. So again I'm creating a trigger, so trigger got created. Okay, now let me create any index on the table inside database. So what will happen, if I create, modify or drop any indexes on this database, like on database YouTube, because everything I am doing in this database, so what will happen, one log will generate it, and how the log will generate using this table. uh, like the log will store in one table, and how the table will update. So table will update using this trigger. So let me execute this. So I executed. Now definitely in this table I should have one log. Let's see, select star from log. Now I am going to execute. We can see one data is there, log id 1 event data. Simply we can see event instance create index. So I have created index on this table. So this data got stored in my log table. So we can create a trigger to store log data or to track the anything on database or server, like any kind of changes, creation, drop, anything we can track using trigger. Thank you.